Samangan is one of the 34 provinces of Afghanistan, located north of the Hindu Kush Mountains in the central part of the country. The province covers 11,218 square kilometers and is surrounded by Sae-Pol Province in the west, Balkh in the north, Baghlan in the east, and Bamyan in the south. Samangan Province is divided into 7 districts and contains 674 villages. It has a population of about 438,000, which is multi-ethnic and mostly a rural society. The city of Samangan serves as the provincial capital. The earliest known history of the province is linked to the identification of the Samangan by Oros Ptolemy as the place of the Varnia Yuani and the fortified city of Samangan on the banks of the Khulm River, identical to the Bhaktria Regi on the Dajidas River southeast of Zariaspur. The ruins found here established the city's founding by Eucratides, the king of Bactria. It was then known as Idrisi, the size of the Khulm city. Historicity of the Samangan town dates to the time of the Kushan Empire during the 4th and 5th centuries, when it was a famous Buddhist center. Witness to this period is seen now in the form of ruins at a place called the Takht-e-Rostam, which is located 3 kilometers from the town on a hilltop. Arabs and Mongols came to this place when it was already famous as a Buddhist religious center. Aibak was the name given to this place when, during the medieval period, caravans used to stop here. Afghanistan has various archaeological sites where caves were hewn out of rocks and inhabited by Buddhists. One of the most spectacular sites is that of Takht-i-Rostam, near Samangan, north of Hindu Kush passes. It includes a complex of stupa with monastery, hewn out of the rock. Other caves have been found near Jalalabad and at the site of Humayun Kala southwest of Ghazni. The Buddhist in Takht-i-Rostam, here in the form of a mound, located on the hilltop, represents the earliest link to the evolution of Buddhist architecture in Afghanistan. The area was conquered by the Hephthalites, followed by the Saffarids who brought Islam. The Samanids took it and controlled it until the Ghaznavids rose to power in the 10th century. They were replaced by the Ghurids. After the Mongol invasion, the Timurids took possession. Between the early 16th century and the mid-18th century, the province was ruled by the Khanate of Bukhara. It was given to Ahmad Shah Durrani by Murad Beg of Bukhara after a treaty of friendship was reached in about 1750, and became part of the Durrani Empire. It was ruled by the Durranis, followed by the Barakzai dynasty, and was untouched by the British during the 3 Anglo-Afghan wars that were fought in the 19th and 20th centuries. It remained peaceful for about 100 years until the 1980 Soviet-Afghan War. After the Afghan Civil War, the town of Dar Sauf in Samangan Province was occupied by Ustad Muhammad Muhaqiq and the Taliban. In late 1999, the Taliban forces gained control of the area from January to March 2000, including nearby Sae-Pol and Baghlan provinces, where they were reported to have massacred an unknown number of civilians. On May 8, 2000, several men from Baghlan were driven up to the Robotic Pass in Samangan Province, approximately 20 miles north of the city of Samangan, and were executed, later found by local farmers in shallow graves which the Taliban had dug for them. After the removal of the Taliban government in late 2001, the Karzai administration took over control of Afghanistan. In the meantime, the International Security Assistance Force are providing security for the population of the province. The province has a fairly good security situation, with the United Nations Department for Safety and Security reporting a calm and stable condition. However, on the 15th of February 2011, an ISAF peacekeeper from Finland was killed in a roadside bombing near Samangan city, and on the 14th of July 2012, Ahmad Khan Samangani, a member of the National Assembly of Afghanistan, was killed when a suicide bomber infiltrated his daughter's wedding party in the city of Samangan. The bomb also killed the provincial head of the National Directorate of Security and 13 other guests, and 60 were injured, including senior police and army commanders. The deputy provincial governor, Ghulam Sarkhi, claimed that the death toll was likely to rise. The current governor of the province is Muhammad Dawood Kalakani. There is a provincial police chief who is responsible for all law enforcement activities within The province. The police chief represents the Ministry of the Interior in Kabul. The Provincial Development Committee, under the directive of the Ministry of Economy of Afghanistan, was formed for the province in January 2006. It has the responsibility to implement the provincial development plan through the government departments. Stakeholder groups in the province are also involved in this process. Further, at the community and village level there are 424 community development councils in Th.